Deep within a lush and vibrant forest near a flowing river, many animals lived together in a world of green and gold. Among them lived a massive elephant, a giant who was so proud of his size that he often forgot the value of kindness. He spent his days boasting of his immense strength, believing that his great power made him better than everyone else. The elephant loved to tease the smaller creatures, often using his trunk to spray water and frighten them for his own amusement. The other animals grew to dislike the elephant, as they lived in constant fear of his annoying and threatening behavior. No matter how much they pleaded for peace, the arrogant giant refused to pay any heed to their requests. One morning, a tiny and hardworking ant was making his way toward the river to find food for his colony. It was the daily routine of the ants to search the forest floor, working quietly and minding their own business. The elephant was drinking from the cool water when he spotted the little ant walking peacefully along the bank. Without any warning, the elephant sucked up a trunkful of water and sprayed it directly onto the tiny creature. To the elephant, it was a joke, but to the ant, the force of the water felt like a heavy and painful storm. The ant cried out, asking why the elephant was being so mean and explaining how much the water had hurt him. The elephant simply laughed, claiming he could do whatever he wanted because he was the most powerful animal in the jungle. He warned the ant not to irritate him, threatening to squish the tiny insect with his heavy, strong legs. The ant had no choice but to listen to the giant's boasts, so he quietly walked away with a secret plan forming in his mind. He continued his work, finding food for his family, but he did not forget the lesson the elephant needed to learn. Later that day, the ant returned and found the elephant resting peacefully in the deep shade of a great tree. The ant realized this was his opportunity to show the giant that even the smallest creature can be mighty. He quietly crawled into the elephant's trunk, moving so softly that the sleeping giant didn't feel a thing. Soon, the elephant felt a strange tickle deep inside his trunk, and he began to stir from his deep sleep. To his shock, he felt a sharp and powerful bite inside his trunk that made his whole body shake with pain. The elephant shrieked in agony, his loud trumpet echoing through the trees as the pain became unbearable. He tried to itch the spot but couldn't reach inside, writhing on the ground in total helplessness. Suddenly, a tiny but clear voice came from inside the trunk, asking the giant who was helpless now. The elephant immediately recognized the voice of the ant he had teased earlier that day. He begged the ant to stop biting, crying out that he was truly sorry for all the mean things he had done. The ant told the elephant that he must apologize to every animal in the forest or the biting would continue. The giant elephant realized that his size did not matter if he used it to hurt others, and he finally felt true regret. He went from animal to animal, sincerely apologizing for his pride and promising to be a better friend to everyone. From that day on, the elephant never teased anyone again, using his great strength only to help and protect his neighbors. The tiny ant had taught the biggest animal in the world that true power comes from kindness and respect. The moral of the story is that pride leads to a fall, and no one is too small to make a big difference. If you learned a lesson today, please like, share, and subscribe for more stories from the heart of the forest.